Hey, this is Karma Nelson. Let me get set up here. And guess what? This is my first Periscope. Welcome. It is 7 p.m. and I am so excited to be here tonight. Okay, this is funny. My cross on my wall looks like I have a little horn on my head. Okay, so if you are on here, give me a little hearts. Let me know where you're calling in from, and I am going to jump right in. Tonight is a topic that I get asked all the time. What is in your fridge, and how do you keep it healthy? And I'm going to keep playing around with this real quick to get it a little bit higher. There we go. And so I thought, let's kick off Periscope and talk about what's in your fridge and how to keep it healthy. So, first, a little bit about me. I am a busy mama of 3. I have a passion for health and fitness. I am not perfect by any way, shape, or form, but I am a busy mama and I have learned the hard way how to juggle a healthy lifestyle. And so my passion is to share that with you and hopefully inspire you to live a healthier life. So tonight we are going to talk about what's in your fridge, maybe some tips and tricks that you can do to keep it a healthier place rather than that place that you go and indulge, right? Okay, so think about the refrigerator as your hub. It's your center stone to your health and fitness and the success of that health and fitness. So what are some things that you should avoid, or what are some tips and tricks to help keep it healthier? So for me, I know with 3 little kiddos, they are always hungry. My kids graze all the time. And it's actually the way that we should live. We should live where we eat every 3 hours. You should feed your body. But somehow along the way, that's turned into a bad thing. And it's actually not. So if you think about eating just 3 meals a day, that's breakfast, probably at 7 a.m., lunch at noon, and dinner at like 7 p.m. That is way too long to go between meals and eat. So the ideal way to feed would be like kiddos eat. They graze, right? My youngest, he could eat nonstop all the time. Well, that's how we should feed our body, every 3 hours. So if you think about eating every 3 hours, you're going to have a better success with your own health and fitness goals. So again, think about that refrigerator as your hub. When you go, how many times do you're bored and all of a sudden you end up at the refrigerator and you open the door and you're just looking for something. You don't even know what, maybe something to just fill that need, that void. I know when I am hungry, I go to the refrigerator, I open the door, and I'm just looking for something to spark my interest, to maybe fill that need that I'm looking for when I am hungry. So if you can think about keeping that hub, that center stone that we all wander to, sooner or later we end up standing in front of the refrigerator, keeping that a healthy place, filled with whole foods, fruits, vegetables, great items that when you are bored or when you're looking to fill that need, that you just show up and then it's going to be prepared for you. So many people will say to me, well, I eat healthy, but there's only been a couple of my clients that have allowed me to come into their home and look in their environment. And to tell you the truth, that's the tell all of whether you really are eating healthy or you might be making some mistakes. And too often or not, it's the pitfall that is our nutrition that we make mistakes. So a lot of people say, I eat healthy, but then they sabotage their hard work. Maybe if you've been working out, or sabotage the good work that you did eat all day, but then you have that, 22 cookies that are just sitting there in front of you. So, what we want to do is the fridge is, we want to avoid those pitfalls. We want to avoid the high calorie foods like sodas. We want to avoid the high fat foods like bacon, and also the high fat foods of dairy. Dairy is not really a great thing for our bodies. Yeah, bacon is one of those like love-hate relationships. Personally, I don't like bacon. I know where it comes from. I know all the ickiness in it, but you can't tell people that love bacon to give up their bacon. I understand it. So my boys love it, but I've made them kind of love turkey bacon. It's okay. Don't knock it until you try it. But when you give up dairy, we're talking about milk, butter, cream cheese. Those things are high in calorie, high in fat. And yeah, some other people's favorite is turkey bacon too. I love it. Once you go to turkey bacon, you don't know any difference. So, you know, trying to avoid those high fat, high calorie, really bad foods. So what's a good substitute for half and half? So my all-time favorite for half and half is almond milk or coconut milk. So the almond milk is thicker, more like a cream, and there's even a coconut cream. So if you needed to use something a little bit higher in fat, maybe to have a substance, I've done a whipped cream before with coconut cream, and it's delicious. It gets that same substance. So clearly the first time you try it, it tastes a little different, but within a couple of days, you are used to the new taste and the new flavor, and then your body is saying thank you. A lot of things that happen when you pull dairy from your body is your skin will clear up, you will have better digestion. A lot of people are, okay, I'm going to talk about it, poop talk. A lot of people are constipated and get stopped up even though they don't know why. And then if you really journaled your food intake for a couple of days, and you can backtrack, like, why do I have a tummy ache? Or why am I, you know, stopped up? More often than not, I would bet that you've had some cheese or some cream or a high fat with a lot of butter and that sort of thing. So I would suggest, I know, poop talk, right? It's so funny. So if you were to cut out all those things and just make your diet and nutrition a little bit cleaner, when we talk about clean foods, we are talking about whole foods. We want to, you know, keep it whole foods the way that God intended us to eat, which is apples and oranges. And I just saw a question about, what did it say? Coconut milk? Yeah, so any of the alternatives to regular dairy would be a great choice. What about making rice with coconut rice? Oh, that is actually excellent. I have a great recipe I've used before, and you can add in a little bit. So the coconut milk and almond milk and what's the other one? There's so many great alternatives. They don't have a huge, like, almond milk doesn't taste like almonds. So give it a try, you know, see how you like it. I know that there was another question. So at the end, I would love to hear more of your questions. So what we want to talk about now is some tips and tricks. So one easy thing to add to your refrigerator would be lemons. Lemons add a ton of flavor. They're super great for your digestion. I add a slice of lemon, and I've gotten my whole family to love to add a slice of lemon to your water, to whatever you're cooking. Just drizzle a little zest of lemon or squeeze a lemon over it, and it's delicious. You can replace high-fat salad dressings by just squeezing a lemon over your salad, and you've cut out all that fat and all those calories, and you get a lot of zing, a lot of taste. I like to get a lot of taste for the lowest amount of calories, and a lemon or a lime will definitely give you that. So another great tip, let's see here. Can I get a list of your suggestions on your website? Absolutely. Please, after this, head over to karmanelsonfitness.com and /Periscope, and you'll have the replay of this, and then I'll make sure that I give a list of all of this in another blog post. So I'll get that up in the next day or two. So tons of information over at karmanelsonfitness.com. So please take a look over there. I do offer a free clean eating kickstart guide, and there's great do's and don'ts and recipes. So go find that over at karmanelsonfitness.com. Or it might be, yeah, I'll get that over for you too. Okay, another great tip to do when you want to eat and keep your refrigerator. So again, if you open the fridge and you're just looking for something to spark your interest of what you'd like to eat, think if you came home from the grocery store. So this is my tip. Buy seasonal fruits and buy seasonal vegetables. I'm not saying go and buy raspberries in December because it's going to be 3 times expensive. Buy what's seasonal. So right now, the pears, the apples, those are great, and they're so flavorful because they've just come ripe and they're in season. So buy your produce. Come home from the grocery store, spend 30 minutes to prep your food. So many people get confused with what prep your food means. It means, What about fruit? They were high in sugars. No, fruits, some of them can be high in sugars, like a banana and a pineapple are the highest of sugars. But if you think about a cookie or a banana is a whole food. So we want you to eat the whole food rather than the poor choice that may be an alternative. So definitely, I'm not really one to say, hey, cut out all fruits because it's a whole food. As long as you go to a whole foods diet, plant-based, try to eat more of a plant-based diet, then you're going to be doing your body good. So, okay, so think about it. You want to come home from the grocery store. You want to chop your veggies. You want to chop your fruits. You want to get them in like glass containers or Tupperware containers and put them in your refrigerator. So now think, if you're bored or you're hungry and you go to the fridge and you open up the door, now you see beautiful cantaloupe cut up. You see beautiful carrots ready to go in a baggie. Your eye is attracted to bright colors. And then it tells your mouth and your taste buds, oh, that's going to be delicious. That'll curb my cravings. So for me, if I can chomp into a delicious pear, that's going to, I have a sweet tooth naturally. So that is going to definitely satisfy that sweet tooth craving, eating that delicious, juicy, sweet pear before I get a hold of those cookies. So just again, setting yourself up for success, having some prepped foods ready to go. Again, my tip is to buy seasonal. If you just love raspberries, go for it. A tip on buying raspberries, my family loves raspberries, but in the winter we buy them frozen. And then we put them in our shakes, or I put them on top of the, on their cereal, whatever they, my boys just love frozen raspberries. They'll just pour a bowl of that and eat frozen raspberries. So whatever you like to do. Now, another tip, as far as trying to go dairy free, there are tons and tons and tons. We live in a great day and age where there are tons of vegan type of dairy substitutes. For example, my family loves this hot corn. I'll be making this delicious hot corn recipe for Thanksgiving. It's cream corn and canned corn and cream cheese and jalapenos. Pretty easy, right? You cook it up, but those jalapenos get in there and it's so spicy and delicious. Well, I can't do dairy. It tears me up. It tears my stomach up. Within a day, I have breakouts. It's crazy. I will definitely get this recipe on my blog. Thank you for asking me. I think what I'll do is put my own personal recipe up tomorrow in preparation for cooking for Thanksgiving. So thank you for that. So instead of cream cheese, last year or the year before, I found we have a Whole Foods near us. So if you don't have a Whole Foods, just find some sort of natural health food store, but it is called vegan cream cheese. I think that's the name of it. I sent my husband out to find it today and he couldn't find it. So I know exactly where it is at Whole Foods. And so you buy a little tub of the vegan cream cheese and you replace it in the exact same place in the amount that you would a block of Philadelphia cream cheese, and there is no dairy in it and it has that same substance. So just get creative. Try to substitute some of those dairy, comfort foods with some of the vegan. The shelves are lined with it. There's vegan mayonnaise. There's vegan this. I've tried this great recipe for, instead of cheese, you can grind up, cashews. I've eaten it. I have not made it, and it was delicious. So, okay, we're moving on real quick. I just want to recap and say, a couple of the tips is to avoid dairy, to prep your food, to make your refrigerator an inviting space. We're all going to stumble upon it. We're all going to be bored. Open it up, look in there for something to satisfy that craving. And basically, the more you prep your foods, for example, my husband brought home all those green beans I'm going to cook, and they're in a big green baggie. I went ahead and put them in a big bowl, washed them off, broke off the ends, and then now they're in their little container ready for me to cook on Thursday. So do some of that prep food as soon as you get from the grocery store, and then your refrigerator is set and ready to go. So here is a little challenge that I have for you. I would love for you to head over to karmanelsonfitness.com/Periscope. And if you have any interest in just talking a little bit further, digging deep with your goals, I would love to schedule a consultation with you. So go check that out. But also, it got to thinking today, what else can I encourage people to do? The busiest time of the year is right now, right? Thanksgiving to Christmas is the busiest time of the year. So what I would love to encourage everybody to do is take the Fit Karma Challenge. Go find me on Facebook. Go find me on Instagram, and I'll be posting little challenges. So I just sent out an email today, so I wanted to mention that to you. 1K a day. So between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I want to challenge you to get 1K a day. Basically, that's 1 mile a day. Go for a jog, go for a walk. Or if you have a little Fitbit, that's 2,000 steps a day. So even if you can't get to the gym and do your workout, aim to get those 2,000 steps or that 1K a day. So if you are getting in your 1K a day, take a picture, hashtag Fit Karma Challenge, and I would love to see what you've got going on. And always look for new challenges because my brain is always like, how can I get involved? I know personally I need to be a part of a challenge to hold me accountable. So I would love to always be throwing out challenges to you to hold you accountable. So let's talk. I'd love to talk more about you and your health and fitness goals. So head over to Carmen Nelson Fitness // Periscope, and I'll show the picture of that in just a second. Were there any questions real quick before I wrap up? I know there was a couple of questions I missed, so thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight, especially since my very first Periscope. The replay will be up on my Facebook, Karma Nelson Fitness, and also on my blog, karmanelsonfitness.com / Periscope, I'm pretty sure. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Let me flip it around. This is, if you want to go set up a consultation, I would love to, you just go over here, you schedule a time to meet with me, and you choose the time that works best for my availability, and then, hey, we'll get on the phone and we will talk. So Carmen Nelson Fitness / Periscope. That was it. How fun was that? Okay, I think I just saw another question. I'm so sorry. It moved quickly while I was flipping the screen. I am going to be broadcasting live every Tuesday night from now on. So tune in. When's your next video? Awesome. Thank you so much. Every Tuesday night, tune in to a scheduled tip of how we can get you healthier, your takeaway, something that you can improve in your life and live your best life. And I love you too. Thank you so much for tuning in. You just caught the telling, girl, so hopefully you can listen to the replay. Thanks, guys, so much. Give me lots of hearts. I think you tapped the screen to do lots of hearts. This is so fun. This is my very first. So anyway, thanks, guys. Please let me know how I can help you. Send me a message. I'll have to move that cross. I love my cross, but it looks like I have a horn coming out of my head. All right, guys, thanks so much. Have a blessed night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, stop broadcast.